Good morning, everybody. Welcome in to Saturday, the 8th of October 2022. I am Spirit of Life Alchemy, and this is your morning message tarot reading. So, we've got some astrology for today. The moon is in Pisces, or starts off in Pisces. This is from the UK, British summertime. It's going to square Mars, conjunct Neptune, sextile Pluto, oppose Mercury before entering Aries and conjuncting Jupiter. I can't believe I've been doing this for 30 years nearly. And sometimes my mind goes blank with the glyphs. Never mind. Anyway. Okay, so what does this mean? I hear you asking. Well, we could struggle to take action or come up with ideas as our mind flows into our imagination. So dive deep into curiosity and possibilities, and then come back to yourself with a new sense of self, with new perspectives on opportunities. Dream big. The other big news for today is that Pluto stations direct in Capricorn. It's quite interesting. I was looking at how long it's been retrograde, and it went retrograde the 29th of April earlier this year, which was the day before eclipse season started at that end of the year. And here we are, it's been retrograde since then, May, June, July, August, September, going into October, nearly 6 months. And here we are a couple of weeks from the next set of eclipses. So as Mercury stations, big secrets could come up, big transformation, aha moments about how we empower or disempower ourselves. Could be soul level transformations, big energies with Pluto. Check where Capricorn, 26 degrees Capricorn is in your natal chart, because this will tell you where it's happening in your life. So that's today's astrology. Let's do some cards and see what the cards have to say for today. So we've got Marielle deck and the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Okay, so what do we need to know for today? The Saturday, the 8th of October 2022. Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? So we're hurtling towards the full moon in Aries tomorrow. Should know, I've just spent half the day today looking at natal charts and working out where it's all happening and what aspects are being made to the planets and positions in my natal chart. It's a very big energy, lots of stuff going on, quite positive. I've got a good feeling about it. So yeah, I will be doing a reading in the morning to go with the full moon in Aries when I do tomorrow's morning message tarot reading. Okay, so let's see what we've got. Higher power, connecting into our higher selves with Treasure Island, and regeneration. Okay, so what this is all saying to me is the power is within us. This is a proper Pluto stationing direct message. We have it all with this when we connect to our higher self, the wise parts of ourself. with Treasure Island. It's got all the red hearts and the gold stars in the treasure chest on top of this turtle. And for me, this is that we carry all our abundance and all our love with us wherever we go. We are Treasure Island. The treasure is within us. And when we connect to our higher self, when we connect into ourselves with who we truly are, then all of that treasure is just comes forth for us. And that causes a regeneration in us when we let go of the false self and the false selves, the the illusionary selves and the old stories and the old habits, and we really connect into deeply who we are, and we connect into all that treasure that's within us, then it regenerates us. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Don't know why. I'm a little bit excited about the full moon tomorrow. It's just wonderful energies, and I've just been doing this afternoon. I've just been putting together my presentation for tomorrow's free webinar. So if you haven't signed up and you do want to sign up for it, send me an email tonight. When I finish this, I'm going to start sorting out the Zoom links and sending out the link to people who have already sent me their email address. So yeah, quite excited, looking forward to it. I hope you all are as well, those people that have registered. Anyway, back to today's reading. So let's see, what do we need to know for Saturday, the 8th of October 2022? Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, support, guidance and advice can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Okay, well, we find ourselves the Emperor, ruler of Aries. Good cards come out in the middle with full moon in Aries tomorrow. With the Star, beautiful energy. And the Three of Discs. And the Tower. Good old Tower. We've had quite a lot of Tower this last week or so, haven't we? Times of big transition and changes, regeneration. Okay, there. So Three of Cups, we've got the Hanged Man, we've got the Page of Swords, we've got the Eight of Discs. At the bottom, we have the Five of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the King of Cups, and Temperance. Okay. Right, I'm just going to leave those cards there for a minute. And it's like we can start a whole nother story there, just non-stop. So I'm going to keep those there, let's concentrate on this, and there is an ongoing story if we need it. Okay, so where we find ourselves. Okay, so the centre of the spread, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is the divine masculine energies. It's about being controlled and measured, and a bit having self-mastery, knowing yourself, and yeah, it's self-mastery and knowing how to take action. I'm picking up on the Mars energy of the Emperor. But yeah, it's about being very controlled and linear and reasoning and logical. using the left hemisphere of our brain. I know sort of spending a lot of time in with Neptune energies, and the Hangman has come out here, but the Emperor is about that linear, logical reasoning, control, stabilizing, mastery of the self. And that could be because we've been through quite a lot of healing. You're telling me. I think it's still ongoing because the tower's still showing up. So we're still going through a lot of healing. We're still, the old is falling away, the old paradigm. I think this might be going on for October into sort of November. And I'm saying that because of we have the fourth and final Saturn-Uranus square, and although it doesn't become exact, it's within sort of degree. It's within a degree. So both Uranus and Pluto are at 18 degrees of their respective signs. Uranus, Aquarius, and Taurus, but the minutes don't exactly sync up. There's about sort of 38, I think at the closest there's 37 minutes between them, but they're both at 38 degrees, so you know, a hair's breadth away from each other. And this is peaking at the moment, the beginning of October up to about the 11th, and then because Saturn is going to be stationing direct later this month, they are then starting to slowly move apart again, separate out. But for all of October and most of November, they will still be fairly close to each other. So the effects of those two energies is going to be quite intense, both personally and also on a global scale, I think. And the other thing, this eclipse season that we're coming into, the energies carry on for 6 months until April next year, but I think it's in March next year for both of them. We have Pluto going into Aquarius and Saturn going into Pisces. Let me just check in the moon diary. Oh, I won't see in here, will I? No, I have to wait till I get the new one, which I will be purchasing in the next few weeks. Start looking ahead to next year. Pluto definitely goes into Aquarius next March, and I've got a strong feeling that Saturn moves into Pisces in March next year. So there's like big fundamental changes coming. And so, yeah, the waves and the sort of shaking of foundations that's going on now sort of will go through till then, when we have a very different energy coming in. So why did I go to, oh yes, it was about the shaking of the foundations and things, and the tower and the Uranus Saturn square. Okay, so yes, a healing time. The star Aquarian energies, the star in the tarot follows after the tower. So at the moment I see us between, you know, we're shaking down our foundations. The old parts of us are falling away, and I think they will continue to do that through to March next year, with us going into eclipse season at the end of the month, 2 weeks time after, well, just after this, 2 weeks after the full moon tomorrow. God, my brain. And that's setting the eclipses set the scene for the next 6 months until the next eclipse season. So yeah, this falling away of the old paradigm, the self-healing, also with the star being Aquarius energies as well, this ascending and taking on sort of the energies of the new paradigm. So sort of we'll find ourselves backwards and forwards between these energies. Okay, at the bottom we have the foundation is the Three of Discs, working together with others. In this card, we have a mother and a father and a child, and the message I'm getting for this at the moment is balancing the divine masculine and the divine feminine to birth yourself as the divine child that will be taking you forward into the age of Aquarius. The gift from above, spirit coming in. It's just pulling those old structures down, the old stories. You can't live in that space anymore. You'll be living in the rubble, and nobody wants to live in the rubble. So sometimes, surrendering to it. Stop trying to hold on to things that you've outgrown, and step into the healing of the star moving forward. Okay, so then sort of we come to the Three of Cups, and usually the Three of Cups is about celebration. You've got the three young women with their cups aloft, raha! In this card, we've got the river coming down here, and then it splits into three over the waterfall, and then at the bottom of the waterfall gathers back together. And I see this as the river at the top and the river at the bottom as our spiritual parts of ourselves, the times between lives. And so we're all part of the collective up there, the oceanic collective consciousness, ocean of souls, however you see it, whatever you call it by. And then sort of when we come down into the 3D world, have a life, we all have our individual journeys, but we're still sort of connected, doing our own pathways and our own journeys. And then when we die, we go back to being part of the collective again. So it's about, we all have our own journeys. The clarifiers at the bottom are looking at things a different way. Okay, the Hanged Man. I'm just in the Hanged Man as just possibly just because the colours are identical, but just this beautiful turquoisey, teal, oceanic, Neptunian colours and energies going together. Seeing the abundance within you, looking at things from a different perspective. I'm seeing the Tower and regeneration as being connected in today's reading as well. And if you look at both of them, they've got the bluey, greeny background colour. Okay, so yes, clarifiers. We've got the Hanged Man. Turn things on their head. Look at things from a different perspective, and that brings in the Page of Swords, which is messages coming through, little aha moments, joining the dots. Okay, somebody says something, you read something. Something comes through on social media or something, and suddenly it's almost like the scales can fall away from your eyes. And then we have the Eight of Wands, not Eight of Wands, so the Eight of Discs, which is showing up and doing the work. Okay, every day with a song in our heart, open-hearted for the journey, for the process. As we go through these times, they really are big times, the biggest times I think sort of humanity has ever seen. And the focus is to just keep focusing on where we're going to be when we come out the other side of it. Okay, rather than get caught up in all the negativity and things. Okay, the cards at the bottom. We have the Five of Wands here. Okay, the Five of Wands, strife, struggle, could be a bit of competition, you know, sort of all the niggly little annoyances in life, and there can be a lot of those. Okay, but the thing is to focus on your dreams, your wishes. Nine of Cups, the emotional wish card. You know, what are you wishing for? What are your intentions? Where do you want to go? With the King of Cups, and again, this King of Cups to me very Neptunian. He's there half in the water, half submerged, and sort of half on the surface. He's even got a trident there, which is very Neptunian. And just all the lily pads around him in blue. Again, that being sort of balanced emotionally and in tune with yourself in an active way. The kings are the cardinal signs. So it's active, it's initiating, it's going for. Where the queens are the fixed signs, they're the stability and the calm, and they sit back in their power. Why we call, you know, sort of the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Velvet waiting. She knows it's coming. The Queen of Cups, she sits there and scries. She reflects on things. So, you know, and then sort of the Knights, the mutable energies. Okay, the air of the sign, sort of very much changeable. Okay, so anyway, back to the King of Cups. He's there very much seeing the King of Cups, and the Hanged Man is like being upside down, being between the elements and everything, and the water and earth, the plants, they're both feminine elements. So although we're in self-mastery and the Aryan Emperor energy, to be in that space while also being connected to your feminine aspects, your divine feminine energies, so that you're keeping very balanced. You can, and that's part of what's one of the big keys about sort of what we're going through, is to get that divine masculine, divine feminine energy in balance, both within us, and then we can take it out into the world in a balanced way, and hopefully make the world a better place. And then we come to more balance because we've got temperance. Okay, so, you know, this is the Aquarian energy, pouring the waters from one cup to another, balancing. Again, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. It's all about the balancing. And with today's energies, that using both sides of your brain together, the rational, logical, Mercurian energies, but also with the Neptunian energies as well. So, you know, bringing logic and imagination together. Okay, so that we can create big dreams. Okay, and let the old structures fall away. Okay, that's today's reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated for you. If it did, then please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Click on the wiggly bell for notifications. And if you'd like a personal reading, then please email me at the email address below this video in the descriptions box. If anybody does want to come to the free the free webinar tomorrow but hasn't emailed me their email address yet, then please do, because I'm setting up the Zoom stuff later, and we'll be sending out the link to everybody that's signed up for it. So I think it's going to be really good. I've just been doing all the presentation for it, and I'm quite excited. And it's free, so, you know, what have you got to lose? Anyway, it's there if you want it. Have a wonderful day, and until next time, thank you for watching.